Hey, look! Gold! I was peeing the pan with sand and water.
What? Gold? Let me see it. Gold. Gold. Where'd you find it?
Right here. Gee, Mr. Foster will sure be glad to know about this gold in this land.
What has Foster got to do with it? He didn't find it. We did.
You're right, Wilkes. It's ours, not his.
Oh, now, fellas, you're all wrong. This is on Mr. Foster's ranch, and we're working for him. The gold belongs to him.
Yeah, but if we fixed it so that the ranch belonged to us before he found out about this gold...
What are we going to use for money?
This gold and Foster's cattle. You're right.
Oh, no, wait a minute, fellas. We can't do that. Of course, Foster will cut us in for our share, but...
Foster's the... Maybe you're right, Dillon. You better mount up and go tell him the good news.
You bet I will, and he'll sure be happy to hear it.
Hey, what's the...
Come on.
Bob Dillon, Sheriff Foster's Ranch, Twin Forks, New Mexico. Return to Jim Dillon, care of Texas Ranger Station, Pecos, Texas. What's that? Dear Brother Bob, I'm glad to hear you like the three fellas you're riding with. But remember, if things don't break like you expect, come on back home. Maybe I can get you into the Ranger service with me. Your brother, Jim. Jim Dillon, his brother? Yeah, kind of looks like it. Maybe you made a mistake. If there's any mistake, the three of us made it.
What makes you think you'll come at all? We may be here for a week.
No. The word Reed got from Texas was that Dillon's on his way right now.
I wonder if he's as tough as they say he is.
Huh. Don't make any mistake about that. He's got the reputation of being the nerviest man in the Texas Rangers.
Hey, Dolphin. Looks like a man on the trail. Riding a gray horse, too. Gray, all right.
That's our man. Horse, go down the other way and see if you can head him off. Make sure we got him. Let's get back and report to Reed.
Boy, come on.
Hey, can you tell me how to get to Foster Ranch?
Foster Ranch, huh?
Yeah.
Who be you looking for?
Why, Mr. Foster.
Oh, well, if you're looking for him, he don't live there no more. He lives in the first house to the east on the edge of town.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
That's right. Get yourself slicked up a bit. Foster's daughter's a right pretty gal.
Thanks for the tip, Pop.
And if you feel you want to catch yourself a bath, there's a nice horse trough right down at the end of the street.
Pop, you're a good one.
Don't blame you. I'm about to choke myself.
Thanks again, Pop.
You in it, mister?
The sky above me is my rooftop, and below my domain. For my home is where my heart is, and my heart's on the plain. And though I wander, I'm not happy till I'm back once again. For my home is where my heart is, and my heart's on the plain. Then I'm riding in the saddle, and the moon's riding high. If I'm weary, there's a campfire and a bed beneath the sky. I've made a promise, and I'll keep it. It's to always remain where my home is and my heart is, and that's here on the plain.
Well, you're through.
What about my hair tonic?
Put it on yourself. You're next.
Well, I guess all I need is just to get my face washed.
Oh, that's all right. Sit right down. Sit right down, young man. Frank, put that on your head, not in it.
Get out my black sombrero, and I'll be on my way, 'cause they are going to marry.
You bet. Take yourself home.
Joe today. Oh, he was strong and able, the best man in the town. But someone took his knife out and cut poor Cactus down. Poor old Joe, oh, poor old Joe, his day is done, his day is done. Oh, if they had to get him, why couldn't they use a gun? Or else they could have roped him and swung him way up high, 'cause being cut up like bacon, no way for men to die.
Fraser in these parts, ain't you?
Yeah,
Where you from?
Texas.
Reckon on locating around here?
Well, all depends on what I find out about my brother,
What's his name?
Bob Dillon.
Bob Dillon. I knew him. Killed by the rustlers a while back.
Yeah, I know all about it.
Too bad. Hey! Gonna wait, ain't you, chickens?
Be back later. Well, Reed, I sure got to hand it to you. Everything worked out just like you said.
Why, sure. With the description we had, the boys couldn't miss. Come on, sit down, help yourself. This is a real occasion to celebrate.
Don't mind if I do.
I wonder how the Texas Rangers are going to get along without Jim Dillon.
Yeah. I wonder.
There you are, young man. That'll be 2 bits, haircut and shave. You're in this part, Lynn. Drop in, see me.
All right, I will, when I feel lucky.
Well, here's your hat. Drop in, see me again.
Well, so long, Butch.
I never felt so much like committing murder in all my life. I'll hang you or else. Would you please let me hang you, Grandpa? Oh, darling. I'm sorry. I didn't think anyone was listening.
Maybe you better let me hang the old gent.
Would you please?
Pleasure.
There you are. How's that?
Grandpa Foster's a stubborn old cuss, isn't he?
That happens to be Grandpa Jones, mister.
Oh, Jim Dillon's the name.
Oh, yes.
I'm Bob's brother. Oh, I guess you're Miss Jane. Sort of mentioned you in his last letter.
It seems almost as if I knew you, too. Won't you sit down?
Thanks. Miss Foster, I thought maybe your father could clear up a few things for me.
You mean about your brother, Bob?
Yes.
He was such a likable boy. Dad and I were very fond of him.
He was awfully fond of you folks, too. He even wrote me about his saddle partners. And speaking of saddle partners, I'd like to find out a little more about them.
Well, my father's not here, but I'll be glad to tell you what I can about them. Unfortunately, my opinion will be prejudiced.
Well, how's that?
Just a few days after Bob was killed, Reed, Wilkes, and Jenkins bought our ranch. A short time after that, they started mining gold.
Gold?
Yes, they found a very rich vein.
Oh, I see. Miss Foster, do you think they knew about that gold before they bought the ranch?
The father is convinced of it. He sued for recovery, claiming that the ranch had been obtained by fraud. But he lost for lack of evidence. He's at the county seat trying to appeal right now. Dad, since our herd hadn't been stolen by rustlers, he wouldn't have had to sell the ranch at all.
Must have been much rustling going on around here lately?
Except for the times Bob was attacked, there hasn't been any for ages.
Well, from all that you've told me, it looks as if these three men, Reed, Wilkes, and Jenkins, have had things pretty much their own way.
They have, but you think that won't help your brother.
Well, it may not be necessary. I've learned from experience that more men are brought to justice through their own weakness than through bullets.
You sound like the Count of Monte Cristo.
Well, maybe that's where I got the idea. I read that book once when I was a kid in school. Well, thank you very much, Miss Foster.
I don't feel as if I've been very much help to you.
Oh, well, you certainly have. What you've told me has helped a lot. Say, how do you get down to the ranch from here?
When you get a half mile up the road, you turn to the left at the Giant Cross.
Thank you again. Goodbye.
Told you we'd never get away with it. That's Jim Dillon's poison. What are you talking about? Bob Dillon's brother. He's here. I thought I told you I didn't want to slip up. Well, I don't know how... Well, this is how. Honest, Reed. I saw him laying cold myself. Then what did you think I saw? His ghost walking around? You saw Jim Dillon? Yeah, in town.
But you had Dolson and the boys planted on the Texas Trail.
Then he got away from them. Why all the panic? We were in the clear. I know, but if he finds out you killed his brother...
That's enough out of you. Now watch for Dillon on the road.
And this time, don't miss.
I won't.
Come on, boys, we're riding.
And he thinks those men at the ranch can tell us. I'm afraid there may be trouble. Don't you think you'd better ride out that way, just in case?
Good idea. Now, Jane, you run along home. Don't worry. I'll look in on him.
Come on, we're going to town.
What for?
To see Mr. Dillon. Come in.
Howdy. You men the owners of this ranch?
Yeah. What can we do for you?
My name's Jim Dillon.
Oh. How are you? My name's Reed. Glad to meet you.
Why, since my brother was such a pal of yours, I thought you might give me some information.
Why, yes, I'd be glad to. Meet my partners, Jenkins and Wilkes.
Howdy, boys.
Howdy.
Well, I've heard a lot about you.
Well, Bob was a great kid.
Yeah, we thought the world of him. He talked a lot about you.
Yeah, he thought you were great guys, too. Said he was mighty proud to have you for saddle partners.
Will you have a drink?
No, thanks. I don't use it.
Well, will you have a chair? Sit down.
Thanks.
Now, just what was it you wanted to ask me?
Well, a couple of things. First place, why didn't you tell me about Bob getting shot?
Well, you see, we didn't know how to get a hold of you. We'd heard you'd gone to Dodge City, but the letter came back.
Say Bob did a lot of talking about me?
Yeah, he sure did.
You were a regular hero to him.
Did he tell you I was a ranger?
No. Why?
Oh, nothing. Only I thought that if you knew that, a letter would have reached me easily. Only Texas has rangers. But I resigned from the service just to find out what happened to my brother.
Well, you see, working around a ranch this way, the rustlers get...
Yeah, I know. Miss Foster told me that story. Hey, this is a nice place you have here. Used to belong to the Fosters, didn't it?
Yeah, but we bought it.
Well, Bob wrote me that you kind of figured on getting a place someday, sort of a four-way partnership.
Had figured on that.
Well, good. That kind of cuts me in his place.
On the ranch?
Well, on the whole setup.
Say, listen.
He's right. From now on, it's a four-way deal. The gold mine and all.
Well, that's mighty fine of you. All of you. Seems great to be in on something big like this. Well, I don't know just how I can thank you.
You're Bob's brother, aren't you? That's good enough for us. Stick around, there's plenty of room.
Thanks, I'd like to, but I have some things to take care of in town.
Do you have to go? I'd like to show you around.
Well, that'd be fine, but, oh, don't worry. I'll be back. Well, see you later. Well, I'll be out in the morning to take a look at that mine.
Sure. We'll be waiting for you.
What's the idea of cutting him in?
Take it easy. We made him feel happy, didn't we?
Happy? He should be with you.
Certainly. Now, isn't that the way to treat a fellow when he hasn't got long to live?
Oh, I see. That's you lunkhead. Spray your own shadow. Keep shooting off your mouth and almost spoil everything.
I still think you should have let me finish him right here. No. A nice ambush along the trail is much better and a lot safer. Come on.
Not me. I'm staying here.
What's the matter? You getting scared?
No, only I...
Leave him here. That poor Dillon got away mighty fast.
Yeah, but we'll catch him.
Rocky, old boy, 2 from 3 leaves 1 in the house. That makes horse sense, don't it?
want? Don't stare at me like that. Look, Dillon, if there's anything on your mind, let's talk it over. Come on, sit down. I'll get you a drink. Come on. Drink it down. Look, Jim, I didn't do it. I didn't kill your brother.
But you know who did do it, Jenkins, and you were there.
No, I wasn't there. I don't know anything about it. Couldn't have come this far.
Hey, Reed, there's Dillon now. We must have got ahead of him.
Sure. You can't mistake that horse.
What was he doing on Dillon's horse?
Well, he must have. There's Dillon now.
You'll settle him. No, you don't. Let's be smart. You fellows stay here. Come on, Wilkes.
Glad I caught you in, Sheriff. Just going out? Come on. What's on your mind?
Jenkins has just been killed.
He was shot by Jim Dillon.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. He came out to our place and made a lot of threats about the mine. And just now, as we were coming into town, he ambushed us and got poor Jenkins.
Are you sure it was Dillon?
We're positive. We saw him making his getaway, too.
Surprised you didn't try to catch him.
Well, Sheriff, we're law-abiding citizens. However, we'd be glad to go out with you if you want to make a posse. The boys are down the street.
All right, come along.
Well, it looks like he got away. We won't quit. You spread out and comb the whole countryside. We'll meet back here.
you clean jumping varmint!
Scared you, didn't it, Pop?
Oh, it's you, is it?
Hey, you're right smart with that gun.
Well, I'm a little bit rusty now. But when I was fighting the British down on the Alamo, I was throwing lead so fast you couldn't tell which side I was fighting.
Look here, Pop. You know we were fighting Mexicans at the Alamo.
Mexican? Huh? Say, oh, wait a minute now. Don't tell me that. I was there.
You use that gun?
Huh? That? Oh, shucks, no. This thing's been busted for 10 years. Say, you ain't lost, do you?
No.
And what you doing down this way?
Well, I'm just traveling.
Traveling?
Mm-hmm.
You killed anybody, have you?
No, not yet.
Someone trailing you?
Well, I had a little brush with that Reed outfit.
Oh, them scalawags.
Yeah.
Say, how about a little snack to eat?
Hey, I ain't saying no to that.
Good. Come on in. I'm telling you, lad, I never did trust that Reed outfit nohow. Make yourself to home and I'll start some victuals.
Thanks. You're quite a collector of Indian relics, eh, Pop?
Yep. I've fit 'em for 30 years, man and boy. Well, at Custer's fight alone, I got me more Indians than I could count.
Now, wait a minute, Pop. But there weren't any white survivors of that fight.
Huh? No, there weren't. Excepting me. I was painted up to look like an Indian. I always liked Indians, though.
Huh? You did? Why?
Because they don't talk much. You know what? I borrowed that darn thing from a fellow about 20 years ago. Always figured if I could ever learn to play it, I might buy it from him.
That's right, Pop. Don't let them rush you into a sale.
No. Huh?
Hey, how about that grub?
You keep on a plunking and I'll keep on a cooking. They used to be. That's right, pretty soon. You know, I used to be considered the best dancer west of the Rockies.
Yes, sir, I bet you was.
Huh? No doubt about it. Say, you certainly can't front that thing. Well, come on, let's eat. Go for it. You fetch some dishes from the shelf over there, and I'll pour you out a snack of beans the best you ever tasted. How do you feel? Hungry?
Oh, you bet.
Yeah, I'll give you a good lot of it.
Yeah, sure looks good, Pop.
There you are. Where do you taste it?
No sign of him. We better backtrack and try and cut his trail.
You're running it, Sheriff.
It's mighty fine, Pop. Thanks for the grub. As soon as I see the sheriff, will come back and teach you how to play that guitar.
Hey, that's a bet.
Okay.
Oh, now you look out you don't run into that Reed gang.
I'll look out for them, all right.
Say, you ever tell you about the time he killed a grizzly bear? He weighed
You
9...
just save that one till I come back.
All right. Funny, that's funny. Don't sound like the way it did when he played it.
Come
favorite, coconut.
You must be hungry.
Lady, I'm so hungry I can hardly talk.
He's here all right. That's his horse. Some of you boys cover the front door, and we'll take the back.
Now, if I can find the penny,
Huh? What for?
your thought.
Oh. Well, I rode out to your old ranch today.
Will you excuse me? I'll only be a moment.
Hi, Miss Foster.
Well, what do you want?
We're looking for someone.
Why, I've been wanting to see you, Sheriff.
And I've been looking for you. Dillon, I arrest you for the murder of Sam Jenkins.
What?
Get your hat. Go.
Hey, where you going, Pop?
Just going to see my friend Dillon.
What's this?
Huh? Oh, that? That's a gator string. I'm always a busting them, so I've got to carry an extra one.
All right.
Hey, Pop. Where are you going?
I just want to see my friend Dillon.
Come here, let's have a look at it. All right, down two.
Yeah, I see him.
Here, from the looks of things, he ain't going to be there long.
Uh-huh. That's what I'm thinking.
Pop, you old glue. I've missed you.
Yeah, well, I've been busy. Yes, sir, I've been busier than a hoot owl on a dark night.
What have you been doing?
I've been nosing about with my ear to the ground. Son, you ain't got a chance.
I don't understand, Pop. That doesn't sound reasonable.
It's all cut and dried. Reed's men are all in town, ready to swear that they saw you fire the shot. And that ain't all. Some of them are on the jury. Now listen. I snitched a gun. It's hanging on your saddle and your horse is tied down by the livery stake. You got to travel.
Yeah, that's easy. Just tell the jailer to open her up.
I tell you, I mean it. You don't get out of here, you'll swing as high as a kite. You swallow my prey.
Hey, what are you up to, Pop?
Hey, Steve. Can we have some music?
All right with me. Go ahead.
Well, come on and open up so I can give him the gitter.
Oh, all right.
Loud. What's the matter with you? Why don't you sing?
Oh, don't like to sing. Too much trouble.
Yeah, I never did think your voice any good.
Oh, no? Well, listen to this.
The sky above me is my rooftop, and below my domain. Where my home is, where my heart is, and my heart's on the plain. And though I wander, I'm not happy till I'm back once again. For my home is where my heart is, and my heart's on the plain. When I'm riding in the saddle and the moon's riding high, where my home is and my heart is, and that's here on the plain.
Hey, that's all right. You can sing, can't you?
I should say I can. Listen, I'll sing you one I writ myself.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it. Let's hear it. I don't think so much of that. Don't rhyme.
Don't, huh?
I'll start in a few minutes. We'll get Dillon. Take him on down now.
Hey, what's going on here? Stop, Dillon!
Hey, there you go. Now look at my kid.
I can't figure out how Dillon gave us the slip that way.
Well, by now he'll be burning the trail back to Texas.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
This is the first time I ever had the pleasure of meeting you alone, Wilkes.
Well, with a price on your head, you're taking an awful chance hanging around here, ain't you, Dillon?
Maybe so. Before I clear out, I want to put you wise to something. Where's Reed?
Why, down at the mine office, going over the books.
Just as I thought.
Well, I don't get you, Dillon.
Listen here. I'm not sore at you for what's happened. I'm pretty sure it was Reed who killed my brother. Reed who defrauded Mr. Foster. Well, he's even responsible for what's happened to me. Oh, of course, I know you helped.
Well, I had to do it, Dillon. I didn't want to, but...
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm pulling out here in the morning, so that counts me out of the mine. Now, that leaves just you and Reed. How do you know what he's doing with those books?
Well, I still don't get you.
Who handles the gold and shipments from the mine?
Reed?
Who banks and handles the mine money? I know, Reed. He handles the gold, he handles the books, he handles everything. And what do you handle? Nothing. You take orders, same as Jenkins did. You're practically a hired hand.
Well, I am not. I'm a partner.
Yeah. But don't you see, Wilkes? With Jenkins dead, and me having to hide out, you're the only man left between Reed and the sole ownership of that mine. And I have a hunch that you won't last long.
You have, eh? I'll see about that. I'd come down and help on the books.
I don't need any help. I'm doing all right.
Sure, you're doing all right.
Just what do you mean by that?
I mean, I'm tired of taking your word for everything. I want to see those books.
Cash reward of $1,000 for Jim Dillon, dead or alive. I deputize every one of you. You spread out and search the entire valley.
Just a minute. I want to add a word to what the sheriff said. This man Dillon's a dead shot. Start throwing lead as soon as you see him.
All right, let's get going. We're splitting two groups. Get going.
Need anything?
No. I don't want it. Take it out of here.
No, you don't.
Sit down, Reed. Now write out a confession.
A confession to what?
I was here last night.
Yes?
Yes, and I talked to Wilkes just before you killed him.
What makes you think I killed him?
I was outside the mine.
My word's as good as yours, Dillon.
Reed, I know all about you and your activities. About the murder of my brother, rustling the cattle, finding the gold, and cheating Foster out of his ranch. Now you're going to give me a confession to every bit of that. And you're going to do it right now.
Oh, I am I?
Get over there at that table. Now write.
What'll I write?
You know. Sit down. Now sign it.
big rock. Frank, you come with me. Reach for it.
This confession to read sure clears you, Dillon. It turns the ranch into
mining property back from your father. Well, I guess I'll run along, folks. Oh, Sheriff, I want to thank you for all you've done for me. Oh, that's all right, folks. Hold on. Long. Say, have you got something on the stove?